Coming up tonight on Appalachian Basketball Magazine, we'll take a look at highlights of the Mountaineers versus the Moccasins of UTC. Then, in Varsity Gymnasium, the showdown between the Buccaneers of ETSU and your Appalachian State Mountaineers. Then we travel across the border as Appalachian takes on the Clemson Tigers. It all comes your way next.
Appalachian Basketball Magazine with Tom Apke is brought to you by Taco Bell. Satisfy your hunger at Taco Bell. Intagon Insurance, protecting your tomorrows today. Logos Healthcare Rehabilitation. Teledial America, they've built their business based on your company's communications needs. Sagebrush Steakhouses and Saloon. The Hampton Inn of Boone. And by Mac Brown Incorporated.
Thanks for letting us bring our den into your den one more week for Appalachian Basketball Magazine. I'm Brian Estridge with the coach, Tom Apke, and a busy week for the Mountaineers and a good week as well. Chattanooga, East Tennessee State, and Clemson, 3 tough games, 2 big wins.
Well, especially in the 2 conference games, Chattanooga and East Tennessee State, those really were huge victories for us. You and I had talked last week on the show. In fact, we got off the air just shortly before that UT Chattanooga Appalachian game tipped off. And we said that we had had a successful week winning 2 out of 3 games on the road, now had to hold serve and play well at home. Our guys must have listened to us. We had a great week.
Big win for the Mountaineers against the Moccasins of UTC on Thursday, and then against the Buccaneers of East Tennessee State on Saturday, and a non-conference battle against the Clemson Tigers. We're going to have highlights of all 3 of those. We're going to have Moccasins, Buccaneers, Tigers, and Mountaineers for you. We'll do all that for you when we continue with more of the most exciting half hour you can find right here. It's Appalachian Basketball Magazine.
Appalachian got off to a great start, largely in part to some good inside work. Nod Carter with the turnaround jumper. And the inside scoring helped open up the outside. William Cook for 3. Jeff Williams with the ball on the wing. Nice drive and the little lean in. Nice basket along the baseline. Gary Robb penetrates, but Tremaine Rooks deflects it. Jeff Williams leads the break. William Cook with the dunk. Good defense, creating some offensive opportunities. Nod Carter from the corner hits for 3. Appalachian off to a 20-9 lead in the early going. Nod Carter again moves the ball over to Chad McClendon. Chad misses, but Tremaine Rooks with a follow shot. Chad Copeland, the fine little guard for Chattanooga, hits a 3 at the top of the circle. Appalachian, we call that swinging the ball side to side. Junior Braswell comes back on Copeland with a shot of his own. Side out of bounds play, Chad McClendon rolls around, goes in. Cook from the corner, nice little drive, rises above Copeland for 2. Nice cross-court pass, Chad McClendon gets the little 12-footer along the elbow. Copeland back again, hits another 3 for UT Chattanooga. Jeff Williams on the wing. Gary Robb, preseason player of the year, can't stop him. Nod Carter, nice little bank shot off the glass inside, but Appalachian trails 40-38 at the half. In second half action, nice ball movement. Chad McClendon gets a little drive to the middle. Nice finger roll. William Cook holds his ground defensively, causes the turnover. Jeff Williams with the dunk on the end of the fast break. Jeff on the drive, rises above. Brandon Bourne hits the shot. The fans love it. Shot out of the corner, again good for the Mountaineers. Here's a little out of bounds play under the basket. Screen down, Cook for the 3 out of the corner, hits it for Appalachian. Jeff, nice little change of direction play, hits the jump shot along the baseline. Chad, his patented turnaround shot, hits nothing but net. Brandon Bourne inside. Nice little turnaround for the Moccasins. 60-55 midway through the second half. Nod fakes the shot, gets the little lean in to go, scores for Appalachian. Cook finds Tremaine Rooks, who hits the turnaround jumper inside. Cook with the steal. Nod Carter picks it up, throws ahead for the big dunk. There's Copeland again off a double screen, hits the three to keep UTC in the game. Jeff Williams from the wing hits another three-pointer. Chad McClendon with the defensive gem, a steal and the layup on the fast break. And here we are near the end of the game. UTC is gambling. We move the ball. Ricky Ned ends up with the easy lay-in. Appalachian 84, UT Chattanooga 76. And these highlights have been brought to you by the Intagon Insurance Company.
Coach, two thoughts come to mind after that ball game. We saw the emergence of two players offensively this week who put together big weeks. Jeff Williams, we expect that, and so have come to rely on him to do that, and Tremaine Rooks, I believe.
Tremaine really did have a good week, and I think he's really decided that he can get a lot of hustle baskets. You saw a couple of offensive putbacks in those highlights. If he goes to the glass, that's a real weapon for us. We need him to continue doing that.
Also important to win those home Southern Conference games.
Well, we said if you want to be a contender in this race, you got to hold serve at home. We were able to do that. Those were big wins.
A lot of great individuals for Chattanooga. You mentioned them during the highlights. Chad Copeland, Brandon Bourne, Gary Robb. I thought you guys' defensive intensity throughout that game was very high.
Well, that's always going to be the key for us, Brian. We have to be successful at the defensive end. That gears everything we try to do. And I thought that the UTC game was no exception to that. Good defense led to a lot of opportunities. Big
Big win for Appalachian State over league-leading Moccasins of UT Chattanooga and Mac McCarthy. When we come back on Appalachian Basketball Magazine, we'll give you highlights of another big Appalachian win against the Buccaneers of East Tennessee State. They traveled just across the mountain in the varsity gymnasium. They go home a loser. We'll take a look at those highlights next.
Top rivalries in the Southern Conference is always ETSU-ASU. The Mountaineers got a good back-cutting layup by Ricky Ned, and now a Ricky Ned pass for an easy dunk for Chad McClendon, and you can see that the ASU students are excited about how things are starting off. William Cook misses a shot off the dribble. Jeff Williams, one effort, and a second effort gets the putback. Easy basket, good hard work basket. Jeff on the wing, hits a three for ASU. Something, Brian, you'll see several times in this game. Appalachian throwing long against the ETSU press. That time, Nod Carter gets the little jumper. Junior Braswell penetrates the heart of the ETSU defense for an easy layup. Philip Powell counters, gets an inside basket for the Buccaneers. Cook with the ball at the top of the circle, hits a three from there for ASU, and it's a two-point lead for the Mountaineers midway through the first half. Cook off the dribble. No good, goes in and out. Nod Carter follows, gets the two-pointer on the putback. Justin McClellan, nice little drive, hits it off the glass, 2 points for ETSU. Junior Floyd with a nice drive right down the heart of the defense for ASU, and the Buccaneers mount a rally. But there's that long pass against the press again, and Tremaine Rooks gets the dunk. Braswell, top of the circle for two for ASU. Cook on the little semi-break, misses. There's Tremaine going to the offensive glass again. Nice follow-up. ASU leads by 5 at the half. Second half action, Chad, little short jumper on the baseline off the break. Easy basket. Nod Carter working inside, can't get free. Off to Chad at the foul line. Good interior passing, creating an open basket. Nod with the drive. Nice little finger roll over the edge of the rim. There we go long again. This time it's Chad. Nice running one-hander over Patterson, the 6'9" center for ETSU. Jeff Williams from the wing. Chad has it knocked loose. Nice little double pump leaner, still scores the two. There's the Buccaneer trap. Good ball movement. Cook hits from the top of the circle. McClellan again for ETSU. Nice driving layup. Still a 5-point game midway through the second half, but this time it's ETSU. Good Jeff Williams drive for 2. Good defensive play. Tremaine with the block. Jeff Williams picks up the loose ball, slows it down momentarily, and then good interior passing again, gets a Ricky Ned dunk for ASU. McClellan shoots, no good. Chad McClendon with the rebound and the toss ahead. Jeff gets the dunk, big basket for ASU. Tony Patterson inside, great low post isolation for the Bucks for the easy one. Jeff Williams comes back with the dunk, good pass, good interior scoring, this time from a 2-guard, Cook. And Nod Carter close out the scoring with some free throw shooting at the end. ASU 96, ETSU 87, and these highlights brought to you by Logos Healthcare.
Couple of thoughts after that game, Coach. One is, again, the defensive intensity was there. 2, another big win over an elite team in the Southern Conference. 3, Tremaine Rooks plays well. But most importantly, the last 2 ball games, one key has to be the crowd in Varsity Gym.
We really have gotten terrific support. Our students have started wearing the little basketball goals on their heads, and they were holding up signs like brick your free throw. I mean, not just those are examples, but the noise level, the enthusiasm, the great support we've gotten has really been terrific, and it really helps our team. We're hoping that we can continue to play well enough to generate that kind of enthusiasm and support.
Not only is it a fun team to watch, Coach, we found out now this is a very unselfish team. You saw it down the stretch against ETSU.
Well, I think that's been the characteristic of our team all year long. We were not picked to do well. We knew that in order to do well, we had to have balance and have that unselfish attitude, but it sure makes it fun for a coach to work with young people who'll do those kind of things and play an unselfish brand of ball.
Mountaineers with a big win over the Buccaneers of East Tennessee State to join that elite in the Southern Conference. When we come back on Appalachian Basketball Magazine, we'll take a look at highlights of Appalachian versus the Clemson Tigers in ACC land right after this.
Monday, Appalachian State and Clemson, after big emotional conference games that each team had played on Saturday, got together in a non-conference game, and neither team was really as sharp. Both teams probably left a lot of emotion and intensity on that floor on Saturday with their big wins. Appalachian, though, gets a putback. Nod Carter with the 3 after the Ricky Ned rebound, and Chad McClendon banks one off, but you can see 9-9 midway through the first half. Not a high-scoring affair. Brian Hagee with the steal, tries to dunk, says, I think I'll lay it up instead, does make the nice fast break basket. Clemson counters with a jumper from the top of the circle. Hagee, nice little back cut. There's Tremaine Rooks on the offensive boards again. Chad, nice little penetrating pitch. Appalachian moves the ball. Cook from the top of the circle hits a 3. Jeff Williams with the post up. The Clemson big people come over and try to stop him. He's still able to get it off. Andre Beauvain, the talented 2-guard for Clemson, hits a 2 for them. Chad with one move, then a second move, then a bump, off glass for 2. 27-23, Clemson leads by 4 at the half. In second half action, Clemson traps. Appalachian avoids that, swings the ball. Cook gets an open shot. Out of the corner, no good for ASU, but Chad, nice follow, good rebound putback. Ricky Ned posted up inside, avoids the traffic, gets 2 for ASU. Nod Carter inside, nice little left-hand leaner in traffic. There's Beauvain, nice drive. Jeff Williams with the rebound, but can't hold it. Sharon Wright with the dunk. Brian, he had 9 out of 10 field goals, was a big problem for us to match up against throughout the game. Nod Carter on the drive, no good. Ricky Ned with the stick back. Brian Hagee with the ball, cross-court pass. Nod from 3, hits it for ASU. Cook out of the corner, a little out of bounds play into the basket with the three, and ASU mounts its comeback. Jeff Williams gets the pass, finds himself alone, a little leaner inside, ASU much closer. Billy Shepard near the end of the game, nice little bounce pass, Kaim Cunningham with the two. And closing out the scoring, Kaim hits a three on another nice Billy Shepard pass. Clemson 66, Appalachian 56, a 10-point winner for the ACC school.
Welcome back. As you take a look at that as highlights, Coach, there's one thing that sticks out, and that is Sharon Wright, 6'11". He's a big guy inside for Clemson. Heard a comparison this week. Someone said they remind him of a young Moses Malone.
Well, he has a lot of those actions because he is really physical and does have great size, and he's really tenacious on the boards. I thought the difference in the game got to be when Clemson became patient and worked it around until they could get him open inside. You knew he was going to score. He was 9 for 10 from the field against us, so their patience and execution, getting him the ball, the difference in the game.
Mountaineers had to step out of conference to take on the Clemson Tigers. When we come back on Appalachian Basketball Magazine, we'll have Coach's Question of the Week. We'll look ahead of the Catamounts of Western Carolina, the Keydets of VMI, the Thundering Herd of Marshall. We'll do all that for you right after this timeout. But first, time now for your Hampton Inn Scholar Athlete of the Week, Andy Hollifield from Kings Mountain, North Carolina. Member of the football team, a pre-med major with a 3.51 GPA. Time now for your Inagon Insurance Most Valuable Performer Award, and who else could we give it to but Jeff Williams, the senior point guard out of Asheboro, North Carolina. Leads away for the Mountaineers against the Moccasins of UTC with 20 points, and then against a big rival, the Buccaneers of ETSU, he leads Appalachian State with 24 points for the senior point guard, Jeff Williams from Asheboro, North Carolina, your Inagon Insurance Most Valuable Performer. Coach, time now for the Coach's Question of the Week, brought to you by Sagebrush Steakhouse and Saloon, and another guy who's played an important role for Appalachian State. The focus of this question from Robert Patrick down in Charlotte, North Carolina. He's pretty in tune with basketball. He knew Chad McClendon was a forward in high school, moved to center now in college. Are you pleased with the way he's progressed to that change?
Yes, we are, Brian, but as we saw on some of the highlights earlier, we don't really play a true permanent low post man. We use Chad's versatility to step out on the floor and shoot the ball, and we post up some other people sometimes. So Chad plays center for us some, uses forward skills a lot. His versatility makes us very tough to defend.
Catamounts Wednesday, Keydets on Saturday, and the Thundering Herd on Monday. A big stretch here for Appalachian State.
Busy week. We've got to, as we've been saying, try to hold serve, do an effective job with our home games. None of these games is going to be easy. We're going to have to play well. We hope that the momentum that we've been able to generate is something we can continue.
And it's just like you mentioned, you have to win your games at home in the Southern Conference.
Yeah, this has really become a balanced league. I think there's great preparation, great coaching, and we've really gotten to be an athletic conference top to bottom, so everybody's going to come after you, and we have to cope now with being one of the teams at the top of the conference, knowing that the teams coming after us are going to play well.
The three teams you'll see this week, Western Carolina, VMI, and Marshall, may not be the top three teams, but in this league, all three of these teams scare you.
Well, they do, and it's because they are well coached and they are athletic, and they have so many ways to hurt you. And so the big concern for me is we've got to do an effective job of playing well defensively and doing the things that it takes for us to be a good team. I think that's the most important thing. How we handle success now is going to be a big key.
And how you handle leaving all the emotion on the floor against ETSU and Chattanooga and getting back up now for Southern Conference games in which you're going to be the target now.
That's exactly right, and I think that was one of the hard things in that Clemson game. We could see in the highlights a few minutes ago that it was hard to reach back and have that same energy level that we'd had in those conference rival games earlier in the past week, and so now we've got to recapture that, have great intensity for these three home games.
Some great individual performers. We'll see Frankie King for Western Carolina, and then Marshall Malik Hightower.
Well, and both of them are great scorers. They're among the top scorers in the conference. But I think what scares me is that Each team has some other supporting cast people, too. Should be great games.
Another exciting week of basketball for Appalachian State. We won't slow down. We may look a little tired, but we'll be back here next Thursday for another edition of Appalachian Basketball Magazine. For Tom Apke, I'm Brian Estridge. See you next week.
Appalachian Basketball Magazine has been brought to you by Taco Bell, Intagon Insurance, Teledial America, Logos Healthcare Rehabilitation, the Hampton Inn of Boone, Mac Brown Incorporated, and by Sagebrush Steakhouses and Saloon.